Hi guys, are you looking for 2 amazing recipes for the 4th of July?
Making a gluten-free vegan apple crisp recipe. So, first step for the apple crisp is that we peeled and sliced
340 grams of
and
apples.
we're going to put it in this glass Pyrex. And then next we're going to put
8 grams of ground flax into 50 grams of
we're
water.
going to lightly stir it. We're going to be making a flax egg so then it can start beginning to get congealed when we start mushing the banana for as an oil substitute.
Make sure you use a really ripe banana. The riper the banana, the more simple carbohydrates there'll be and the less starch there'll be. So the easier it will be to mash and the better tasting it will be. And the more Maillard reaction you'll get in the future.
And then have your trim sprinkle in
4 grams of cinnamon into the apples.
You can use either Ceylon or Cassius cinnamon, whatever your preference is. In this case, we're using Ceylon cinnamon.
Okay.
Now that it's all mashed up, we're going to be adding in the oats.
Yeah, we're adding
200 grams of oats.
And these are gluten-free oats. Make this recipe gluten-free. Okay, so now my sister's just incorporating the oats into the banana mixture. This allows the oats to cling to the banana mixture better, and it also hydrates the oats slightly, so it releases some of the starch on there to start the binding process.
Okay, now we're going to add
The 30 grams of flour.
What type of flour is that?
this is gluten-free Bob's bread meal flour, and now we're going to add
200 grams of coconut sugar to impart more caramel notes.
and then the flax egg has gotten a little bit of a chance to congeal, and it'll have more of a chance in the crisps top. That way you could wait a little longer and it'll congeal more, but we're just
For sake of time, you don't have to let it congeal all the way. It'll finish congealing. What you're doing is allowing the fiber in the flax seed that you milled or bought milled, and then with the water, it hydrolyzes the flax seed, so then become a flax egg, and it works really well for binding things together. Also, it provides essential fatty acids too, without any of the pesky cholesterol associated with animal eggs.
so this is the texture we're looking for when you have everything incorporated. You can also do this in a stand mixer, but it's pretty easy just to do with a fork and a bowl. And now we're going to gently pour this mixture onto the crisp.
If you wanted, you could also use a spatula. Okay, so now I'm going to take the spatula and we're going to clean up the sides around the edges
And then clean up the top a little bit also.
and while my sister cleans up some of these dishes, and basically you're doing this so then the edges don't burn, and so then you have a prettier final result for all those Instagram and YouTube and all those sort of things, and just so it looks nicer, because you do eat with your eyes. So you want to try and have the crisp topping covering the entire top. Basically, if there's a couple spots that peek out, is just fine, but I as a general really want to try and cover the entire top.
So we're just gonna pop this in the oven for 25 minutes
Make sure you've preheated your oven though.
at 350, and we're going to show you the final result.
And it's gonna be 350 bake on the oven.
Fahrenheit, so that's also a good note to know. So see you in a moment.
Okay, so now it's out of the oven. I'll see you in the next
Recipe.
how to make healthy zucchini muffins recipe, vegan, gluten-free. Stay tuned to find out. This is a KitchenAid. These work really well. Link in the description down below to
Products and resources we talk about. 500 grams of oat flour.
We ground gluten-free oats in the dried greens container for Vitamix.
These are very helpful if you make your own flours.
50 grams of rice flour.
And then next,
150 grams oats.
so you have the perfect blend of oat flour to oats. Now we have
1,200 grams of zucchini.
which we have cut into strips. You can also use a peeler if you want. That would work also.
Now I'm gonna get this started because we have to make room for the next ingredients.
And make sure if you're using a KitchenAid, to lock in your KitchenAid so then it doesn't go anywhere.
It's a little floral at the beginning, and so just make sure that nothing just goes flying off anywhere. Okay, next we're going to add 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, and then we're going to 2 fresh bananas, and then you'll
Make sure the bananas are nice and ripe so the starch is broken down into simple carbohydrates.
Okay, now we're adding 2 cups of sugar,
or 400 grams.
and then we're adding
2 grams of each leavener.
baking powder and a half a teaspoon of baking soda.
The reason why I use both of them is because one has tartaric acid in it, which allows it to be self-rising.
Add 18 grams of ground flaxseed.
And we're going to add
Rice vinegar. 25 grams of rice vinegar.
get incorporated. Turn it on. I'll take it off the mixer and give you guys a good look.
Okay, so this is what it looks like. The starches will hydrate in it, so you'll get more gel and gelatinous.
And so we're going to put these in muffin tin.
So we have muffin tins right here that we already took little pieces of parchment paper and cut them out to put the muffins in, the batter in to bake in the oven. Make sure you preheat your oven to
425. And then we're just going to take a scoop of this and put it in.
each little tin section. You're gonna fill up much more than one muffin tin. You're gonna have lots of muffin tin sets you can do. We're gonna be showing you one. We're using mini muffin tins too. That's important. Mini muffin tins is a key thing because if you use large muffin tins, it'll cook differently.
But the nice thing about a mini muffin is it's just like a little snack, and you don't have to like split it. Or it's like a good little tiny snack that's great.
A little bit bigger than a canapé, a standard canapé. You could also use mini muffin tin papers, but we don't have any of those, so that's why we're doing the parchment. I also think that it kind of looks nice when it bakes. Gets that crinkly top around the top, like when you get muffins at a bakery or something, where they have that nice parchment or wax paper on the top. It also makes it so you have something to grab it out of, because we're going to be putting this in the oven, and then we're going to put more in here, and you just do that again and again. So having little things to grab them by is really helpful on the edges once the pan is really hot.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long would you generally put this in for?
9 to 12 minutes, but depends on how warm your oven wants. So, we'll check back in with you in a little bit.
Okay, so we're back, and we have them. They're nice and warm. You could let them cool if you want, but they're good warm also.
This is Maxwell Bates. Happy 4th of July. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tap the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Like it if you liked it because it really does help. And I'll see you in the next video.